man, can we just let's just hone in real quick. Coming back from workouts and whatnot, man. Episode 93, MIC podcast, man. Community content, you get it all here, man. And today, my guest is a photographer, a host, an entrepreneur, socialite, foodie. I don't know, whatever you want to call him, man. I'm here with the one and only Chancelor Humphrey. What's going on, Chance? How you doing, bro?
Man,
I'm chilling, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro.
it's an honor. Pleasure being here.
Nah, man, likewise, bro. I mean, just with everything that you do, within the city, man, I feel like it's kind of long overdue, honestly, you know what I mean? Just kind of like sit down and chop it up with you, bro.
Yeah, episode 93.
Yeah.
You guys been moving at it for a minute, man.
Absolutely, bro. No, yeah, cooking up, bro. So, I didn't know, like, if you were from Pittsburgh originally, or, like, did you move here, or?
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm originally from Beaver County,
Okay.
like Aliquippa area.
Gotcha, okay.
But I've been in this city almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years next.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, originally from Beaver County, Aliquippa, football town.
Yeah.
But, made my way to Pittsburgh about 10 years ago.
Gotcha. What was it like going out in, like, the Beaver County, like, suburbs, kind of like of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I feel like it's any other hood. I grew up in I grew up Plan 11 in the hood.
Okay, word. All right, word.
But I went to Hopewell. I went to Hopewell High School.
Okay.
So I'll explain it like this. So I grew up in Aliquippa, predominantly black, like, the hood. And then when I went to school, I went to Hopewell High School, or Hopewell, which was predominantly white.
Okay.
The side my house was on, I had to go to Hopewell, and other kids had to go to Aliquippa. But that was my upbringing. It was just like a mix of both. And I really appreciate that to this.
No, I mean, it's just like, just because, like, even it's like, with the work you do, I'm sure just having both sides of that coin just helps you navigate and, like, kind of get into certain spots where, other people may not be able to get into, type of thing.
100%. I just think it's about just relatability. Just
absolutely, right.
Not necessarily like code switch or nothing, but
sure,
just, like, just being able to relate to everybody.
Yeah, right, to those type of experiences or whatnot. Nah, definitely, bro. So it's like, as far as photography and, like, things of that nature, like, when did that kind of come in and, like, start playing a part in your life? Like,
yeah, man, it's crazy. Not until, so to backtrack, so in 2000, I had just got out of school. 2011, I had started a blog where I got a bunch of my friends who had just graduated, like, some were writers, some were photographers, and yeah, I started this blog where we would highlight different aspects of Pittsburgh. So we would highlight different restaurant openings, different artists in the city, just everything a lifestyle blog would do.
Mm-hmm.
But I would set up shoots for, like, a new restaurant in town, and, like, my photographers would bail on me for, like, a day I can't blame them. Nobody was getting paid or anything. So,
sure.
So I just was like, yo, I'm gonna get my own camera. Like, they bail, I can just wing it myself.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do. But I ended up kind of just falling in love with it, and spending some time in, like, New York Fashion Week. My best friend lives in New York, so I was just out there experimenting. That's kind of how I fell in love with, like, capturing people on the street.
Okay, got you. Like, did you always, like, want to, like, start your own lifestyle blogs? Like, how did you even kind of get into that pocket of content?
Man, it was kind of where it was at the time. Like,
okay, yeah, that's a fact. Like, kind of like 2011, 2010. Yeah,
2010.
Yeah,
like, when I was in college, like, the blog era was really going on, like with hip hop and everything. So I was kind of like, I was kind of in that wave, and it was just like, all right, I'm back home. There's no really, there was a couple blogs, but it really wasn't that many blogs here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And yeah, I did that for 2 years, and then that's when I went into KeepPittsburghDope.
Okay.
All the way.
So did the blog initially start off as like KeepPittsburghDope, or like what was like the early iterations of that?
No, so it was so I went to school for radio. I went to school for broadcast.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Penn State.
Oh shit. Me too.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, word up. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Penn State, but so I didn't finish. So I had a semester to go, like, up at State College.
Yeah.
And financial stuff I didn't finish. Then I started that blog. I had a loan office job. Started that blog because I still had that creative passion.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Started the blog, and then it was called Radio Chumps.
Okay.
It was like awful name, but like that's that's like it's a cross between like my friends. They would call me like chumps or C humps.
Okay, yeah, right, gotcha. Okay.
Radio chumps.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's how it started, and like it slowly transitioned into just me going dolo with the photography stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. You said like you were studying for with the broadcast read. Like, did you do a student radio at all? With the yeah.
So it's wild. So like I did I had an internship. I did student radio. I did like on the internet radio with the school provides and everything. And actually I had a show with two of my friends. It was called The Blackout.
Okay.
We would just talk shit. Like we would.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, man.
And yeah, we would just talk shit, and like we would like tell the dorms to listen, and like we would just talk about topics like relationship topics, and then in my radio I would just play music in between
fact
topics and stuff.
Dude, no, that's fucking wildish. I mean, like I did student radio at Penn State too, man, and I mean, like it was really just me and Trevor Hayes, man. He was kind of like my co-host there, and like we were just talk about the landscape or whatever, and just man, like it was just like a fun resource to use. Like it was just like damn, and like it kind of made me like look back and be like, damn, we really had a lot of resources like at that school to just even be able to get that off is crazy.
I know, like it really was. Like so speaking, it really we had so much like we had freedom, we had the resources, like we were wild.
Yeah, facts.
Like 2008, 2009,
Mm-hmm.
like we were wild and didn't know what we were doing, but like we just were having fun.
Absolutely.
And that was at Penn State Beaver. And then I had to go to the main campus because of my major.
Sure.
And that's when you talk about resources.
Mm-hmm. Bro, yeah.
It was like,
it opens up to you, bro.
I remember, so we kept the show going to the main campus. So me and my boy had to go to the main campus.
Yeah.
Our other friend, he had to go to Hazleton.
Okay.
So he couldn't keep doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we kept it going up there, and then we would get this is when I started getting the interviews. It was like, exactly what we do.
Absolutely.
And I remember like the first one, Big Sean came up. This was like early Big Sean. Him and Mike Posner. I don't know if you know Mike Posner.
No, bro, and like I know exactly because like, bro, like Mike Posner had like this dope. It was a drummer like he's at the school desk on like the cover that mixtape.
It's like Drug Dealer Girl.
Yeah, bro. Yes, bro. What, man? I burned that shit to the ground. So, like you couldn't tell me shit about Mike Posner back then.
Mike. So that was I was a bigger fan of Mike Posner.
I'm saying though, bro, than Big Sean, right?
Yeah, because Big Sean was opening for Mike Posner.
Word.
And like, so they came to our school, and I was like, "Yo, I love Mike Posner. Like, we got to get this interview." So I forget how I got his manager's contact, but I know I looked it up online, reached out to him. I was like, "Yo, like, we would love the interview after the show," and they was with it. Both of them was with it. Big Sean and Mike Posner.
Wow.
So they gave us like mad access. We was with them before the show. Like, I gotta show you the video.
Absolutely. No, facts. That's hard.
But my boy interviewed Big Sean, which I regret. I wish I would have did the Big Sean interview. No shade.
But I go into our visa, they come back like this, they age well. Shit, fine. Damn.
My boy did a great interview though. It's a great Big Sean interview. My boy is in finance. He has nothing to do with broadcast.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious.
But and I did the Mike Posner interview, and then that just kind of opened up to anytime a big act came, I would be on it. So like when Wiz came up, we did the Wiz interview.
Mm-hmm.
When Method Man and Redman came up, we did an interview. Now that was a fun interview.
Yeah,
we
that's
went on a tour bus.
Holy shit.
It was amazing. So like that just that never stopped for me. It was just, like once I got that
taste, like right.
It's just continue once I had to leave, and then until now, it's just I didn't see the photography coming, but the interview and broadcasting is still here. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, bro. So just coming out of that, right? And it's like, all right, because like you said you didn't finish. Like, did you in that moment where it's like, all right, I gotta figure something out, and then like that's what made you pursue the blogging?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a lot of feelings. It's like it's embarrassment. It's like you gotta explain like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
So it was just like something. All right, like I gotta stay in this while I gotta get this day job, which I don't want to do. Sure, what I want to do, but when I get home, I can work on this. I can still be creative. I can still, move and shake in the city and just be a part of like something. So like that was my mindset.
I feel that.
Just having something I could build, in the meantime, and
Yeah.
that's what that really was for sure.
Which like outlet or I guess platform did you prefer? Do you prefer the blogging? Do you prefer the I mean, like like at this point it's like all under your umbrella now. You know what I mean? But like initially, did you prefer the radio, the interviewing, or did you prefer blogging and kind of giving your take on things, that way?
Definitely the interviews.
Yeah, right. It's
So like
it's way more like engaging than right, yeah.
And even with the blog, like I was more like, granted, it was my like thing, but I was more so like I was focused on the interviews. We still did interviews with the blog, so like,
Okay, yeah.
even back then we did a Mikey and Big Bob interview, just like local like athletes and stuff like that. And then like my team, like they were writers, so they would write about like the restaurant write up, how it was,
right,
the artist show, how it was. So like we had a little formula, but my thing was always just the interviews with different people and stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha.
Organization.
Okay. So then, fast forward to like, when you're, starting this, blog, what is like, cause I know that's pretty much just like kind of like a shot in the dark. Like you just kind of wake up and like decide to start a blog and like, it's obviously not many people know about you. I mean, it's just like, it's tough to like gain traction. It's like an unknown blog because it's like, yo, what the fuck's writing about my restaurant? Like, why the fuck do I care? Like, you know what I mean? So like, how did you, at least, in the early days of Keep Pittsburgh, like navigate, like, all right, like, how is this getting traction? It's like, kind of, picking what to write about, when to write about it,
Yeah. So for Radio Chumps, yeah, that blog, that was all, I can't even remember how we stayed up to date on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was just me, like, just
having a pulse on, yeah, right. Absolutely, right.
And then we would have monthly meetings, just like, over the, whatever it was at the time, Skype or whatever, but we would have monthly meetings like, yo, we're gonna cover this, this, and this, and this. But I remember we got to we were about a year in, and like, we were consistent. I remember like the marathon had reached out to us to like cover the marathon.
Yeah.
And like it was me and another writer, and we had to go to like this meeting in the South Side. We was like, oh shit. We got paid like $200, but we was lit.
Yeah.
Like, like getting paid. That was like our first. This was like 2012.
Okay.
That was like at least my first peek into like, oh snap, like this is.
And this was still under Radio Chump.
This is under Radio Chump.
Okay, got you. All right. Okay.
And then like and then it's so like I said, so I don't want to jump ahead.
Yeah, no.
But like, morale started to die. It was just like everyone kind of the one that they got, wanted to do their own thing, and then. And then even me, like, I was getting more comfortable with the camera and spending a lot of time in New York.
Okay.
And, like, seeing just the street photographers there and, like, how they were, like, low-key celebrities. Like,
yeah, right.
I was like, what the hell? Like, what is this?
Yeah, right.
And then, like, I fell in love with a photographer named Scott Schumann. And that's who really, like, blew my mind because he was, like, he figured it out. Like, he was his brand. He was on the streets. He was fly. Like, he was fashionable. And he was just taking pictures of more fashion-forward people. But I saw how he was branding himself. He was like, he had to deal with Dell. And I was like, how is he doing this?
You met him in New York or yeah?
I didn't even meet him yet.
Okay,
it was just, I heard of him.
Copy, okay.
Just being like in that, just, in that world. And just,
is he based out of New York?
Based out of New York. He's from Indiana.
Okay, gotcha.
He moved to New York and I was just fascinated by him, and I was like, man, if I can take that formula back to Pittsburgh, like I just knew, like nobody was doing it here.
Yeah, man.
And it was like, if I can take that, like Scott Schumann's formula and just put it right here in Pittsburgh,
it's uncharted land, bro.
Yeah,
uncharted land, bro.
And then once I started getting like, I was this is when I was on Twitter. I started getting like messages from like my peers, like those people I was covering on Radio Chumps, like those businesses, like young people. They were like, yo, you got something here. Like, this is dope. Da, 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 da. And I was like, all right, I knew it. It was like confirmation.
Sure, absolutely right.
It was like, all right. And then like, we still at it.
But yeah, not definitely. So when you were getting that, kind of confirmation, it's like, all right, like I got the, like the photography interest is unlocked. You know what I mean? Like I know who I kind of want to model my shit after.
Right.
When did you put the Keep Pittsburgh Dope stamp on, like on the blog, on the brand, and like, so, all right, let's go.
So it's funny. So like even the Keep, like that was a hashtag I already had in my head. So like I used it once. We were at the Radio Chumps. We got to cover the vintage mixer, Pittsburgh vintage mixer. It's like the second one or third one.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, they still do it.
Vintage mixer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, her name was slipping me right now, but yeah, she's been doing it for years.
Okay.
Betsy. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we had to give like little gift bags away, so I made these stickers that had hashtag KeepPittsburghDope.
Okay.
I still haven't seen one. I don't even know if they
Still exists away yet.
Yeah, but that's where it started, and I got the name from it was a show called Portlandia. It was
That's hilarious. Yeah. No, with the fucking Fred Armisen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
exactly. And I used to watch that show. Like this offbeat. Like
yeah. Sure.
I love that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And in the intro, they would flash like stuff around Portland, and one of the walls said "Keep Portland Weird." That's kind of hard.
Yeah.
And then I always say "dope."
Yeah, right.
Like Pittsburgh dope.
Yeah.
I remember asking my mom. I was like, "What you?" And she hated it. She was like, "I don't know, man." So you're just gonna work. And she thought like the drugs thing. She was make you think it's drugs.
Yeah, sure. That was like a generational thing.
Yeah, like
right.
you're uncool. They'll think that.
Yeah. If you're fucking land.
Yeah. Weave.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I stuck with my guns and
hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's how the name started. And yeah.
Do you remember like what you first wrote about under the Keep Pittsburgh Dope banner? Or just like even was it a blog? Like did you just like maybe take a picture and just like kind of start?
Yeah. So what I did was like I'll tell you like what I remember. I stopped the blog. I stopped the blog. And I just deleted everything off. Like I deleted everything off.
Yeah.
IG. Off of Radio Chumps.
Oh, okay. All right. Word.
Yeah. And I just started. I think I had we didn't have that many because I remember when I got 1,000 for Keep Pittsburgh Dope. I was
yeah.
I
was
so happy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think I just like deleted everything.
Okay.
And Keep Pittsburgh Dope But I didn't write. It was all about the images. It wasn't like
right. Okay.
I wasn't concerned about the stories like Humans in New York was, but like it was more so just about like cool people and them just being highlighted on the page.
Got you. So just even with that, sort of tone on the page, like, and you're going out, kind of shooting these people. Like, would you just kind of just pick a random weekend and really just shoot dope that you saw? Like, how did you kind of structure that?
Oh man, so no, actually, I had once I got, so how I got to the city was I had a job. I got a loan office job at PNC on First Ave.
Nice. Okay.
So I had to move to the city. So it was like it worked out perfect because I was commuting to PNC from Beaufort County every morning. I was taking the bus up, coming back. But I would always shoot on my lunch break. So I would just eat at my desk like while I was working.
Yeah.
And then when my lunch came, I would just go out and shoot on my break because everybody out lunch, and I would just go ham and just shoot.
Wow.
And then once I moved to the city, I was still doing it on my lunch, but then after work I could still go ham too. So I had lunch and after work, and like I was just going crazy with photos. I just had nothing else to do but work and shoot. So like I didn't really know anybody. I had like my friend Cody, who to this day.
Yeah.
Like he was my friend. We had just met. I had like 2 others, and like I ain't really had nothing to do but shoot and go to work.
Damn.
So yeah, and that's how it really begun. Just having that day job, lunchtime shooting, after work shooting.
So when did the writing piece come in?
The writing?
Mm-hmm.
So you mean as far as like the captions, or just as like...
Well, no, because like you do like food reviews, right? Like like stuff like that, and just like kind of like reviewing like night spots and like shit like that. So
with Radio Chumps?
No, with Keep Pittsburgh Dope.
Well, no. So with Keep Pittsburgh, so like with Keep like that, like as far as like the reels and like everything.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that transition, and later, like it was like so I knew. Before the reels, I knew about. So let me backtrack it.
Yeah, sure.
So like when I started the page, like when I started Keep Pittsburgh Dope, I knew in between I would have to brand myself. I literally remember going to Cody. I was like, "Yo, like motherfuckers like they like the photos.
Sure.
Like they gotta know who taking the photos.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yo, like you gotta shoot me. I gotta shoot you. Like you gonna get some flyest photos in this city." And like in between these photos, I'm gonna drop me and just say some inspiring shit.
Yeah, that was right.
And then that's where, because I was just feeling like an artist. I was just seeing bigger celebrities do that. It was just like, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
In between my photos, so I can just literally brand myself. And yeah, and that's where kind of the partnerships came in, and just like even before the reel, just me pulling up to a restaurant, taking a picture of the photo,
Gotcha. Yeah.
champagne glass, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And then the reels came, and I had to get more creative. It was
Sure.
how am I going to do this? And then I just adapted into doing a short reel at the restaurant. Same thing with the pictures, moving into reels.
Yeah. Sure.
But it's always about the images though. Like it's like, of course I gotta make a living and like work with these brands, but like at the end of the day, people still come for the pictures, and I always
just like the imagery and like the aesthetic of everything.
Exactly, but it's definitely been a platform for me to leverage some things in the real world.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So, and just even with that being said, man, like, what do you want the Keep Pittsburgh Dope platform to like do for the city of Pittsburgh?
Man, that's a great question. Like, just I don't want to simplify it. Just I'll look at it like this. I don't know if we talked. I forget who I was talking to about this, but like literally like what Drake did. Like I know that sound. I'm no Drake.
Yeah, sure.
Let's not get into it. Like,
yeah,
we got no
who the fuck is right? Yeah.
But it was just like the fact of like just making Pittsburgh look as cool as possible.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Fact.
And like on the outside perception, it might be like, just Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, and like, that's it. That's all people really know. Our food scene is great. But it was just like I wanted to like be a part of like making people want to come here outside of like just the sports aspect.
Right.
Like just me being a part of giving outsiders a glimpse of like how lit Pittsburgh is, how cool Pittsburgh is. And that's still my goal. But on an individual level, it's just like, I built this brand. Like I want to, again, like, and I got some moves I can't talk about right now, but it's like, just leverage it into really what I want to do selfishly, individually for my career.
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm at right now. And it's like, all right, like I can do some things.
They work in tandem together, right? Because like once one grows, the other's gonna grow. You know what I mean? So it's just like you're watering the same, plant.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And it's a tricky thing because like I've always wanted to be a personality. I've always wanted to be like in front of the camera, and this photography thing is just like out of nowhere. It's just, it kind of just pushed me into really what I wanted to do. And I love photography. I do. Like, it's like that'll never change. But like I slowly want to
weaned off.
Yeah, I slowly want to back away from not necessarily the street photography, but more so like portraits, event photography, but not all the way because I still feel like it's a service. Like I still feel like God, like gave me this eye and gave me this talent to shoot. To do photography, but I still want to back away or just raise the price. Like it's like, or like, listen, it's just like if y'all got the bread, if I'm doing these other things, it's like I'd rather focus on that. And then if my photography service will really like want it, it's just like, all right, like this is what it is.
Yeah, right.
And it's just really feeling comfortable and not feeling bad about that or anything.
Yeah, definitely.
But just still knowing like I still honor what God has put in me just to serve. So I still think about that. It's like no matter how maybe uninspired or removed I'm starting to get from just scheduled photography shoots, I still know it's a service, and I just got to keep that.
Sure.
So yeah,
I kind of got like a two-parter question here, but just again, just throughout your work, even with like radio chumps and like just through Keep Pittsburgh Dope, obviously, right? How have you seen the city grow? I mean, just like over the years. So like just even from like taking pictures like places that may not be there anymore, new places that are just like, oh, like I never knew this would be this. You know what I mean? Just like like just from your perspective.
Yeah, I'll say individuals. Like I've seen like from when I started, I've seen people like literally doing stuff completely different, like not even what they're into now, and they're just like they're masters in their field. And like I remember seeing these people like at the parties I would be at, or the parties we would throw, and it was just like they would just be in the mix. And now like people are just like they doing their thing, and it's just like it's so dope to see people just like really tap into what like I don't want to just what they meant to do or
Absolutely.
what they're gifted at.
Sure.
So that's been a real thing I've like heavily noticed.
Yeah.
Just just knowing a whole bunch of people and just seeing where they are now, or where they are now, where they were, and just just being totally 100% creative. Like that's been really cool to see. And like really, we got a really creative scene, man.
Dog, it's just so untapped.
Yeah.
It's just like you'll bump into like, someone who got 2 classic albums. You're like, what? Nigga, we're in Permanis. Like, what the fuck? So it's like, the fuck you doing with 2 classic joints and we just sharing a sandwich with fries on it? Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, like, you'll be like a painter, just like someone fly as fuck who got their own line. It's just like, dog, like, bro, this, I mean, like, again, this, I mean, like, they're probably going to kill me just because, like I say this damn near every fucking pod, but it's just like this city, it's untapped, bro. Like, the amount of talent, the amount of creativity, it's just, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really is, man. And I get, like my two, my 2 best friends are from Jersey.
Okay.
Well, they both live in New York now, but even, I mean, I hate to use New York as a,
well, I mean,
I just love New York.
I mean, bro, like, just even, like, beyond it, like, they are, like a mecca for all that shit, bro.
Right.
Just from, like, a worldview standpoint, you know what I mean? So it's like, how can you not?
Exactly.
Right, you know what I mean?
And they come, like, every time they love Pittsburgh. They're just like,
yeah.
It feels like a Brooklyn. They just love it. They just love our city. And it's like, all right, I just love getting that stamp from New Yorkers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot, I lost track of that question, but oh yeah, so just even the creators just, transition into what they really want to do.
Right.
And it's a lot more stuff to do.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's like a lot more, not even just like parties or stuff, it's just like a lot more, restaurants, just just a lot more stuff to do.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like we'll touch back on that, but you mentioned your homie Cody before, right?
Yeah.
And like I know you two started Creative's Drink, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of get into like how that came about and just how your role like within that has evolved since its inception.
Yeah. So yeah, me and we started that 2015 or 16, I can't remember. But yeah, we started that together. We had our first one at Howl at the Moon downtown, and it was supposed to be. What is that? It's on. It's on 7th.
Okay.
Like 7th.
But it is downtown though, right?
Yeah,
okay, got you. All right, okay.
7th, and it's like close to Penn.
Okay, word.
Right by like Social House.
Okay, copy. All right.
But yeah, we had our first one there. Drinks weren't free. We had like drink tickets. They were like cheaper drinks. But it was called Creative's Drink 2, TOO. That was the initial, like, yo, we drink, like, Creative's Drink 2. And then we had such a good response, we were like, let's just keep this going. So the next one was Creative's Drink 3.
Okay, well, that's
so yeah, we never even had like a 1 or
yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
though, that like y'all just took it and ran, like
exactly. And then we just kept like me and him, we just kept. So the concept was, everybody get in free, everybody drink for free, and it was just like no one it was just a wild concept to begin with. But like Cody's passion for like alcohol and spirits, like he was, I think we can do this. We were emailing like different brands around the city, and they at the time they just wanted to get their brand in front of like this audience, this young audience. So they were just giving us like beer. Like we had to get the legal stuff under control.
Sure.
With the different establishments, like liquor license and bring that in. But like we were packing these places out, and it's just a no-brainer. You got free entry, free drinks. Motherfuckers is coming.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, bro, come on, man, it's over.
Yeah, so it just kept growing. Like just kept growing. We Howl at the Moon. I think our second one was at Constellation Coffee, and then we moved to the August Wilson Center. It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then my last one was the New Year's Eve party at Pennsylvania. That was Toast 18.
Okay.
Yeah, it was nuts, packed out. But where I transitioned out, it was like, so I loved it. Don't get me, I love the outcome.
Sure.
I love the result.
Sure.
But like the behind the scenes, like event stuff, it's like
naturally, right?
It's the work.
Yeah, bro. And
Yeah.
it's and no, yeah, not to cut you off, but like it's just so funny, man. Because like I don't know if you knew, but he's an artist, right? So just I've seen him like on like the day of performances, a DJ hits you. Yo, my fault. Double book myself. Can't make it. It's just like
Crazy.
nigga let you know 45 minutes before.
Mad calm.
Just take that with you just real quick. Just in a calm fashion.
Just ruin my fucking event, bro.
He leave you that calm, like, yeah. No music at your joint. Sorry about that, bro. Like, damn. Like, so, bro, I completely understand from that viewpoint. But now, yeah, my fault. Continue, bro.
No, but yeah. I mean, nothing that drastic.
Yeah.
Like, but it was just like, just the day in fact. Like, man, but at the same time, I was really making my name in radio. So at the time, I was doing weekends on Star, 127 Star, and I was doing Rush Hour on Whammo. Or Rush Hours I was about to start doing Rush Hours on Whammo, and it was just an identity thing. It was just like I wasn't as invested as Cody. Like, it was just like,
right. I feel you.
Like, I love KeepPittsburghDope. Like, I love what I'm doing in radio. Like, I'm not feeling the same like passion for it.
Yeah,
and, like,
right.
Yeah, we had him be like, we went to Pervani's, we had a whole sit down about it, and like he was like, yo, he was like, that's fine. Let's, like he wanted that too. Like that's his baby now. Like I got my baby, and we all support each other. But yeah, we started that, and you know, he got his own tea now, and like, you know, everything he's supposed to be doing with that brand is just that's what it's supposed to be.
That's fucking hard, bro. And like again, I mean, that's even where, you know, we met at the end.
Yeah.
Overeating. You know what I mean? Like, and bro, I had never been to that spot, bro. Because again, like, you know, he just sent me out there like, yo, dope networking event, you know, like, go check it out. I'm like, shit, like, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? And like, it was my first time going there, just like that vibe, like the rooftop vibe. And like, I'm originally from Maryland. You know what I mean? So like, I've been like, you know, like around U Street and everything. And it reminded me of like that rooftop bar brunch type of vibe. I was just like, like I feel like I'm back in fucking DC, bro. Like,
and that's what, and we need more brunch in Pittsburgh.
Nah, facts, real shit.
More Sunday brunches,
real shit.
But yeah, and that's what I love about what Cody does, and they bring people the together and in different venues.
Sure,
I'm not going to Overeating, like if it's not that, unless I'm going for dinner, but I'm usually not going up there. And even like I said, like even the August Wilson Center, like it was packed out, and like half of them people had never even stepped foot in August Wilson Center. So it was just like, I feel like he gets people in other venues around this. Sure, I feel like that's important for sure.
Just you know, because early in that run, when you're seeing people from your life meet other, like, you know, people from different parts of your lives, it's like, you know, kind of coalesce and like, you know, like network in these events.
Yeah.
What does that, you know, kind of do for you in an effort to, or like, what does that do for you for the Keep Pittsburgh Dope, you know, like movement? Like, what do you take from like, you know, stuff like that, and like, you know, seeing these networking, you know, situations, and like, how do you transition that into, you know, Keep Pittsburgh Dope today?
Man, that's a good question. I don't know. It's kind of it's humbling. It's humbling to see, like, or I don't know every connection that was made, but it's humbling to see, I guess, somewhat know like those connections.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Sure. And it's like you'll never know like every specific connection, but it's like the ambiance of just like, yo, this person linking up with this person, just like, how can I take this and like, you know, like pretty much just apply it to the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I hope this doesn't sound any. I tell like. I feel like it has to be said on my end, but like I feel like that creators drink and like that before the pandemic, and like I just feel like we had a big hand in that as far as like, you know, getting people in these rooms and like and not just no bullshit networking event, like just like, yo, you genuinely will have a good time. Like it's gonna be organic conversations. It's not, you don't gotta be no awkward shit. It's just like, you keep seeing motherfuckers over time, you eventually gonna talk, and
literally,
you know,
right?
Y'all might have a dance off, whatever. Like, you're just in the same room, like you feel good, you feel cool, you feel a part, like you feel a part of that bubbling culture. But I feel like we had a hand in that.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, in those connections, and I'm proud of that, man. Like I really am, and it's just I don't know how it helps today is just to keep inspiring. I just want to keep inspiring people.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, yo, I know I can, like, I know you can do it. Like, if you got, if someone has a dream, like, or especially in this city, you can tap in because so many things are untapped.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to inspire, especially Black people, all people, but especially like, yo, you can do, no matter how white the city is, no matter whatever, like whatever obstacles are like against you in this city, you can get it done. And if not, I mean, you might have to, pivot. But like, I feel like any dreams and anything you want to get done, you can do it in this city, and I want to be a testament to that.
Yeah, no, man, absolutely. And again, like, I know, like, you kind of phased out of it, but I think that whole, creative drink thing is totally dope shit, man. Shout out to Cody, man, for, keeping that going, man. That shit is, super dope.
For sure.
So, I know you work with, or like seem to like, collab with a lot of Visit Pittsburgh, the Instagram page, and like you guys seem to have like a really, really good working relationship. And like, I think it's very, very symbiotic just from like, like what I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, how did that, come about? And, like you pretty much, played host for them, like, for like a whole bunch of events, so.
Yeah. I mean, that came through just like, again, like just 10 years in the city, just connections. And the marketing manager, she used to work for another brand I used to work with, and then she had reached out and told me they were rebranding. Like they were like, yo, we're totally rebranding Visit Pittsburgh, like color. Like she sent me the whole deck on like what they were doing with the whole company.
Yeah, anytime a nigga gets sent the deck, I'm knowing. Oh shit, what's going on? What's happening? Yeah, yeah.
So when they came to me, we had about 2 calls, and they were like, hey, we want you to do this video, like interviewing people around the city, just like what does Pittsburgh mean to them?
Street type shit, yeah, right.
And that's how it came. And they were telling me we're going to show it at their big conference, like to release the new brand and everything. And I was like, oh shit. And we did that, and it went so well. And this is what I got to emphasize this.
Yeah.
This is, I'm so happy you asked. So they reached out to me for that video, right? And a collab post it did well on my page,
sure,
on their page, and like they showed it at their conference, and it was a hit. So I'm like, man, I love creative, but also I don't love money, but like if it makes sense, like I'm never about it just a bag. It's just like,
sure, absolutely.
I'm
a styrofoam cup,
right?
Yeah, right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
It has to make sense. So like that went so well that it was like, all right. I think the next week I had emailed, the marketing manager and her boss, and I was like, yo. So I was like, yo, let's keep this going. And so what my idea was, I was like, all right, I'm trying to get a bag for the rest of the year. So like it was like, all right, let's do
healthy.
So last month we covered Arts Fest, and then this month we got Picklesburg. Next month we got Barrel and Flow, and then September we got Jazz Festival. So I came back to them, and I had till December, but they were like, yeah, all right, chill. So I was like, I pitched them like, let's do the same thing for these next 4 months. And they wasn't even thinking about that. They wasn't even thinking about continuing.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, they were like, all right, bet. Like, cause I gave them the price, and, they had some more ask, can we get pictures, license, everything like that. But it was just my assertiveness.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
These brands, they want ideas. Like, it's like, they're not even thinking about the shit that you thinking about.
Yeah.
It's just like, they're not even thinking about
they're just thinking from a number standpoint, real black and white, just like, that's it, right?
And it's just like, once you present to them, like, yo, granted, I want but this is going to benefit y'all too. Like, so just like you brought up Visit Pittsburgh, like, like you wouldn't have brought it up. It's just like, they benefit too. So I want creators to know, like, not everybody has 39, they don't have my following.
Sure.
But at the same time, like, if you have an idea for a brand that can make sense and you can actually show them potentially how it could benefit them and not only you, man, like you halfway through the door.
It's a no-brainer. Like, yeah.
It's a no-brainer. So like, but my so they reached out to me. I came back to them to continue it. And like, I'm good for the year. It's just like, Yeah, I just want people to believe in themselves and their ideas. Like,
I mean,
it can really, it really works, man. And that's how these big wigs do it. That's how your celebrities do it. They negotiate.
So just even from talking to you now, bro, and just from like your history, like it seems like just not only for just like an eye for like photography and aesthetics and all that stuff, but like it seems like your acumen for just building a brand, getting a brand from point A to point B, and like a way that benefits, you know, not only them but you. Like it seems like you have like a very high acumen for that. So like, what in your life could you attest that to? You know, like I know like it's kind of hard to pinpoint something, but like what do you think? Like where do you think that comes from?
I'll tell you, man. Like, I mean, I think it's always been in me because my mom tells me this story. Like when I was like 7 or 6, we were driving through Alabama, and it was like in a build. It was like a building, and I was like, "Yo, who?" I was like, "Who owned that building?" She was like, "I don't know." She was like, and I said like, "I'm gonna own that building one day." She was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I don't even remember. Like, where does that even keep from? You know what I'm saying? Either I saw it like on TV.
What the fuck is this nigga talking about? Like, yeah, right.
Like, some of them, you know, that's weird.
Right,
Like,
right.
But it's just always been in me. But I can attest to it. Just one person, Kevin Hart. I remember like I was watching because I always know Kevin Hart like Soul Plane.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, I just remember like that not doing well, and then like he had to bounce back with his comedy shows. But I remember like I forget where it started, but I remember seeing like
The uptick.
yeah,
You wanna know what I think it was, bro?
yeah.
YouTube. He started posting on YouTube, bro, like the plastic cup boy shit. Do you remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
Bro, and like that was kind of like around like when he started like really getting like, but that content on YouTube was like, yo, like this thing, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like I think that was kind of like in the gumbo, like at least like at the start of it, you know what I mean?
Right. No, 100%.
Yeah, right.
And I saw him like doing deals that he liked. So like, I remember
Facts,
I
right.
remember one. It was like when he was really getting his health stuff. Like he did like a 5K in Philly, and it was like sponsored by like Nike or whatever. But I don't know. I just remember him making his deals, and it just all made sense. And I was like, all right. And then just watching him on interviews and like even Charlemagne the God, like I just watch so many like podcasts.
Sure, right.
I would just like, well, like definitely Kevin Hart and Charlemagne the God were like I was just seeing their rise and like how they were doing things, and I just tried to like just take bits.
Absolutely, right, yeah.
But I would definitely say Kevin Hart and just, you know, the brand partnerships he's done. I've tried to just do stuff that makes sense.
Yeah,
to
man.
what I'm doing.
That's awesome. And like so like you have those events slated just like under Visit Pittsburgh, just like, you know, like as far as like hosting and like, you know, kind of like asking people questions at like these events, and like you have that slated out for the rest of the year. So
right.
Yeah.
And like I just can't imagine if I didn't even bring that up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because they was not even they were just one and done.
literally, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
It was just like
Closed mouths do not get fed. They do not get fed.
And I had me, they got the, you know, production pay. So it's not just me, it's just like me and giving people money too. So it was just like, all right, and these brands got the money. Like,
It's like don't,
you know,
and never let them tell you what.
yeah. I don't even call them brands. Like they're
Right.
corporations. Like
Right.
they have it in their marketing budget, and the marketing budget is not even going towards. I mean, it still is, but it's not going as much as TV or billboard. It's going to social media.
Sure.
That shit is going to the creators, Instagram, YouTube. They putting that money in that marketing. So it's just like it's not even the conventional marketing anymore.
Dope.
Yeah.
So even just you said like you watch all the podcasts. Just speaking of podcasts, you have your own podcast, Chance Encounters.
Yeah, and yes, Chance Encounter, and I'll say it's not a podcast. I would say it's a show.
Okay, fair.
We don't have the audio side yet.
Okay.
So, but once we get the audio like separated and down on DSPs, I'll be comfortable saying podcast.
Okay.
It's a visual show, YouTube.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So you know you got that going. And I know you know you work in order to film that with the Pop District, and that's like you know kind of like you know getting the infrastructure to do that, man. And Byron Nash, you know, like we had him on the pod, he gave us pretty much like the whole rundown. You know what I mean? Of like bro, that space is fucking crazy, bro. That space is fucking nuts, bro. Like, so how did you know get involved with like the Pop District, and like how did that you know, like how did you leverage that opportunity into you know that YouTube show Chance Encounters?
Yeah. Talk about resources there.
Facts, right? Bro, that shit is like, bro, that's Xavier School for the Gifted, bro. Like, everyone got not dead ass, though, but everyone got a room. Like, Cyclops teaching in this room, like, well, like, dead ass. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Yeah, that's a fact. Because it's like you said, it's like, yeah, everyone's doing their own thing in these different spaces in the big space. And, yeah, it's just like top of the line equipment.
Facts.
Studio. But, yeah, they, again, they came to me. They came to me about another program, and then I kind of just laid on them like what I was trying to do.
Yo, fuck all that. Yo, I got this show.
But no, so look, they came to me for reals for like for their they got that little alleyway with the colors on the wall.
Yeah, no. Facts, right.
Name of the alley, but they were having like an opening event. And they were like, "Hey, we'd love to do a reel on your page, like just to get the word out, just separately from when I was like, bet, but I got some things I would love to talk about." So we did that, and then I scheduled another meeting with with Dan and Annalise over there. I don't think Byron was there yet, but it was Dan, Annalise, and Chris Lockerman, and yeah, we sat down. I told them what I was trying to do, and they were like, okay, if you can get your own sponsors, like you can have it. Like, yo, you can, we'll let you work, and the students can learn, and like I was like, all right, bet. So these past two, so we, our first one was Mikey and Big Bob.
Yeah,
that went well, and then
had Fed, right?
Yeah. Fed is the next one coming up. So at the time, I'm not even worried about the space in between. I want it to be quality.
Sure.
But we do have a new sponsor. I ain't gonna release it until it's done. But yeah, we got a sponsor for the show, and that'll make it a little bit more easier morale wise, at least for me. I love it, but it's just like, okay, now we got some things to play around with. You do a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Gotta do 30-second drops in between, like, that'll be fun. But yeah, just continue to just push that and see where it goes, because like it's a saturated field. Like,
yeah, sure.
Trying to do everything.
Everyone in their mind got a I guess a YouTube show, podcast nowadays, right? Like, did you mean saturated that way, or?
Yeah, I mean it's just every like I watch so many podcasts.
Yeah, sure, right, yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, of course.
You on podcasts right? I'm on your podcast right now.
Right. I know, right?
So it's just so many like good like podcasts and
yeah, sure,
and content. So it's just like trying to be in that space and just trying to separate yourself a little bit.
Right.
Can we just do things that are just a little bit different and like fun? So like that's fun figuring that out.
Yeah, no, facts.
It's fun, just like
that's the game.
Yeah. Playing with stuff and like just but my thing is just always just the quality, and especially being in Pittsburgh, it's just like, how can we, from a micro level, how can I be the best quality show in the city? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just quality. That's just all I care about. And just interesting conversation.
Sure.
Of course, Fed raps, but it was just like, I want to get into like, inspiration and how did you develop that? Just more insight into the psychological stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And people can leave with being inspired and how they could utilize the information for what they're trying to do.
How did it feel to finally get back in interviewing?
It's great, man, because I really enjoy it. Like, I really like picking people's brains about things. Like just picking people's brains about how, they like measure success and how what they want to do.
Fair.
How they see their future. I just like that, because that's what I like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just always see people's different perspective, and just hopefully people can be inspired by that. 'Cause that's how I get inspired. Like, I watch YouTube and podcasts and Kevin Hart and Charlamagne on podcasts, and that's how I get inspired by the information like they dropped and stuff like that. So,
facts.
It's a cycle.
And I don't know, how much you want to reveal, but just with the conversation with Fed, just like what was like kind of one takeaway that like you maybe pulled from how he navigated just his career throughout Pittsburgh, and like just kind of like, I don't know, like what perspective would you give like a creative or like an artist in Pittsburgh that's trying to raise their stock, quote unquote?
Yeah, I would definitely, man. I would say Fed is one of them ones, man. Like I think I talked about an interview, but like I didn't know I was late to the Fed party. Like I remember he did a show upstairs at Brillo Box. This was like this maybe 3 years ago or something. This maybe 3 years ago. But I just remember him coming on stage, and I was like, "Yo, this motherfucker's a star." Like I'm not no AR. Like, I don't know. It was just like, "Yo, this dude is a star."
Like,
yeah,
off the screen, like, yeah.
And then like I remember just like kind of watching. And he got signed by Taylor Gang, and I was like, "All right, that was a." And we did a shoot together. Early, like once he got signed, we did a photo shoot together, and we were talking, and I was like, "Man, this dude is out of here." Like he was just smart. He got it. Like. He just got it.
Yeah.
He got everything. And like, I'm literally seeing everything he told me from that photo shoot playing out. And we're talking about that in an interview. It was just like everything, he kind of he wanted to do is coming into fruition right now.
Yeah.
But we get a little bit of everything, like how big a part his mom is, in his life and his success. And you'll hear it on the interview. But I would say, his mom, the stronger relationship with his mom, and like how she pushed him from an early age, not in music, but just in like just life, like, and just how that kind of has pushed him in rap and his career. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one to watch for sure.
Yeah, sure. Like, was there anything like about his story that, like, I don't know, that maybe you would tell artists that are coming up in the city to apply?
Yeah, so let me think what he said, Jesus.
If you don't want to ruin anything, feel free to, let me know.
Yeah, no, please. I'm trying to go back to the interview. Damn, that's my last question every time.
Yeah.
For the artist.
Yeah, fair.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember what he said. I got to go back.
Specific thing, yeah.
But I know artists will
take a lot from that conversation. Yeah,
we'll take a lot away from that conversation
for sure.
Because I think music is different. I mean, it's like the right time.
Yeah, right? Man. Yeah, like it's a whole, like, it's a lot of individual ingredients that go into people's specific career. Like, you know what I mean? So
1,000.
Nah. I definitely get how that's kind of difficult to hone down. But just like kind of switching gears back, man. Again, to you, bro. Partnership with Get-Go, man. That's fucking dope, bro. Like, that's huge. So like, how did that come into play? And just because you got like a new deal with them, like a new partnership, like you up there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So So I had worked with well, they reached out. So Get-Go reached out.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, they reached out and they were like, hey, kind of just like they wanted to just do reels. They was like, yo, like we want to do reels. We want to partner. And that was one of the ones. It was a situation. They were just like, what do you want to do? Like how many times you want to post a month? Like da da da. And it was like, all right, like bet, like let's do that. And I'm always concerned about the content. It was like, but I want it to be. So they were like, what did I want to do? I wanted to do for the rest of the year. I'm always for the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
right, yeah.
Now to the rest of the year. And they were like, all right, let's do a trial run. So like we did from May until last month, and we're renewing for the rest.
Nice.
But yeah, so they reached out. They love the content we're doing. They're fun. Like if you check out their Instagram, they're wild. Like they do some fun stuff on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So like they kind of give me free reign to be creative, and but yeah, they reached out for that one. But what I was going to say, in the past, I worked with an agency.
Okay.
And they would throw me stuff from Get-Go. But this time around, it was like Johnny or Get-Go reaching out, and I had to go through like the paying process is wild when you work with original.
For sure, bro.
But yeah, so they reached out, and they love the content. We just continue to create, and I just want to keep these partnerships going.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, obviously, don't gotta go into too much detail about the nature of your your partnership, but like when you're working like with these brands and like making content for them, What's like, I guess, like the general structure like across the board? Like, do you just like have to hit certain numbers? Is it like a certain amount of posts? Like, how do they kind of structure those deals?
Yes, like it's always agreed upon like the certain amount of posts. Like
Mhm.
as far as the analytics, like I'll say, the only brand I work with that asks for the analytics is Dunkin'. Like I got a partnership with Dunkin'.
Yeah, yeah,
They,
yeah.
they be
People
on
too.
it. They like, yo, with some stats.
So America runs on us. We need those numbers, but
Yeah.
so yeah.
And like, and sometimes it's hit or miss. Like
Yeah.
sometimes people literally just don't give a fuck about donuts that day, or
yeah, right.
so it's like, but we've had about a good 3-year run,
Mhm.
and like they still rocking with me. But yeah, it's usually about how many posts a month, when it's gonna be up,
Okay.
and that's literally the my trouble is just creating the content. It's
Yeah.
just, how I'm gonna make this fun,
Sure.
funny, and that's the hardest part for
I
me.
know.
But yeah, yeah, just when is the post coming, how many posts a month, and my thing is, when is payday coming.
Yeah, no, facts. Yeah. And we had another content creator on here, Amir Muradi, and like he was just kind of speaking on having a lot of engagement on their posts, because bro, like he posted something on TikTok and IG Reels, and they got like millions of views, just like across both platforms, and like he was just like saying how like it's not as easy to monetize off of like pretty much social media like that, you know what I mean? So how have you kind of navigated like monetizing your platform and working with these brands? And I mean, yeah, you just said like, listen, like cut the check
Yeah,
for me, like yeah.
that's like, man, that's a great, because that's a great question, man, because I feel like I'm in a unique position of my background. So like, of course the photography and of course the page has numbers, but I can also like the personality side. Like, I also got the background.
Absolutely, right, yeah.
That's what I love to do. Yeah, like I have I can be on camera, I can be goofy, I can like get the point across of what this brand is trying to do outside of just visual.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I think that's where I've been able to benefit a lot.
Sure.
But I mean, I feel like
You sure, bro? Nah, you all good.
I'm trying to give a solid answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I've been doing it for so long.
And like I know it's like very individual too. You know what I mean? Like you can't speak to anyone else's certain experiences, but it's like speak on how it has been for you, like just like as far as like your own journey, like monetizing your platform like that.
Yeah, so like it's it's been great. It's like I said, I've been doing the work for almost 10 years. Like I was on, the page started in 2014.
Yeah,
that was like early, not too early, but still early. Stages. So like I've just been in this social media sphere for so long that the numbers have just grown. So like that's my advantage, the numbers, and of course the personality side. Where like again, like I've been able to see the market, like that's in this research too. Like I had to Google and see how much like influencers were making like across the country.
Yeah,
because I was like, sometimes I was underselling myself. Like, damn, like, I could have did that.
Sure.
So it was just like doing the research and finding out like, all right, okay, if I'm the biggest social media platform in the city, I can charge this, and I know like it's worth my time. Like they got the bread.
Yeah.
It was just doing the math on a lot of things, but sometimes you can't. Like sometimes you do have to compromise.
Sure, absolutely, right, yeah.
So it's like I might have to cut the price, and then you give me a free meal. Or
yeah, sure, right.
And I take that, but it's just like knowing like what it is, and then also being able to like navigate if it makes sense. So like I do got to cut this down because I do want to work with them, and it does make sense for me, in the long run or something like that. But my thing is, like, I've been blessed to like, make money off social media and like and continue to. But my fear is always like Instagram and YouTube. It could be MySpace tomorrow. So my thing is just
absolutely,
it's just always trying to get something in the real world, like just leveraging that platform and what I do on social to get stuff in the real world.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I can't talk too much, but I'm in the process of doing it.
No, yeah. No, I mean, like, obviously. Yeah.
I can't wait to
No, for
potentially
sure.
announce it. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, just like, of course, focusing on social media, getting the bread, but also just like building a business in the real world.
Absolutely, yeah.
KPD LLC.
Yeah.
It's just like grown into just, business. So yeah, I would just making something on the internet and just making it into
Transitioning into like that. Yeah, the hard copy.
right. Yeah. And giving other people opportunities and stuff like that. So that's what that's what I really I'm concerned about in this next half. It's just like building it out and just giving other people opportunities, production, personalities. Yeah, that's what I'm interested in.
Hell yeah, bro. Dog, Chance, has been super fucking dope, bro.
Yeah.
Chop it up with you to pick your brain, man. And I appreciate you taking the fucking time. This has been a fucking incredible episode, bro. But,
anytime.
man, this is, just like the point of the pod where, and I'm sure you got a whole bunch of shit to plug, man. So, where they could find you, shit you got coming up, where they could find Chance Encounters, bro. Anything that comes to mind, bro, plug away. But again, thank you so much for taking the time, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, and I will. One last thing I want to say, like YouTube, Instagram, like all those platforms are cool, but I've just been hearing this a lot lately. And it's the truth. Like, get it on your own platform. Like, get whether it be like podcast, show, like make sure it's on your own platform too. Like, because like I'm just getting into the YouTube space.
Sure.
Like, I just know I've been hearing like you really can't, make a lot of money, do what you want to do on that space. It should just be used as a billboard.
Sure.
To get them back to your website or domain. But yeah, just want to say that. But KeepPittsburghDope.com. You can see photos on there. That's where I sell merch. Of course, Instagram at KeepPittsburghDope. Same thing on Facebook. And then the KPD Network. KPDNetwork.com, KPD Network on Instagram. That's where you'll find, of course, Chance Encounters. The second interview is with Fed to God. The first interview is with Mikey and Big Bob. But yeah, KPDNetwork.com. That's where you'll find all the interviews. And of course, on YouTube, on the KPD Network on YouTube. But yeah, check me out.
Beautiful, man. Listen, MIC Podcast, episode 93, community content. We keeping Pittsburgh dope. And we're out the building, baby. Yeah.